Hello, this is the Drunk Duck Videocast. It's 249, I believe. We're doing bad drawing. We are the professors of bad drawing. And we're going to give you the best terrible advice possible. So, as part of the Drunk Duck Drawing cast. I'm Professor Ozoneocean, and I think I'll begin. Is that good with my colleagues?
Let's do it.
Okay, Professor Baines and Professor Tantz Aerine. So, on a typical day, you should draw very, very slowly. On a typical day, you should do no more than 1/6 of a page within that day. You should press as hard as possible, and there needs to be dents in your drawing board. You should liberally wet the page when you draw that hard. I cannot stress this enough. You should always be naked when drawing figures. When in a figure drawing class, you should be naked. This will make the model feel at ease, because they will be able to look across, see you being naked, while staring at them very intently. Very, very intently. As you'll stare into them. And it will
other advice. Okay,
it will also allow the chi to flow out of you, or to flow into you, the drawing chi, far more easily. So this is
in and out of you. I mean, it's chi that whatever it was.
Into you and out of you through parts of you. So, Baines, would you like to?
Yes, I got it. On the subject of figure drawing, it is important not to draw people from life, because they're all different shapes and sizes. None of them look, conform to the artistic ideal. So never do that. Also, never take advice from so-called experts, when you can just turn to your close friends and family and people who are sexually attracted to you to give you honest feedback.
Yes, this is very good advice, especially your sexually attracted lecturers, like us, for example. Who are more
or your exactly, or you could just make them be financially motivated to flatter your work. That is also
that works too.
Yes, they will obviously give you better advice if they have something to gain. So, Baines, continue.
And they will be more motivated.
That's condensed.
Yeah.
They will be more motivated to actually see the genius in your work, as opposed to
absolutely.
As in life, it happens. So, as we continue,
should we wait a moment? I believe I see the third professor coming back.
Oh,
I believe so.
Is she coming?
I think so.
Yeah.
I just saw her enter in the lounge.
We'll try and invite Professor Pitface and see if she has any advice. But while we're waiting, we have Hippie Van's very clever advice here. Hippie advises us that when you finish a piece of art that you're especially proud of, you might want to singe the edges to give it an aged look. To do this, you should sprinkle the edges of the paper with gasoline and or another volatile fluid, then light it up. Once you have achieved the desired effect, you should go for the nearest fire extinguisher and put out the flames. Avoid the center of the piece.
Carefully. You should put out the flames carefully. I cannot stress this enough.
You should probably just also liberally douse yourself in the gasoline as well. Just to imbibe the chi of the gasoline.
Yes.
Get that inside.
But carefully. It has to be done in perfect concentration. So after at least 3 hours of meditation, you should douse yourself with gasoline, slowly and carefully, and then just use the instrument of inspiration and...
Oh my God!
Exactly. It's an explosion of energy everywhere,
Creativity.
with which you will channel your art. Yes.
Brilliant advice. So, Baines, would you like to take the next one? Any piece of advice you can pick.
Yes, if you have another more from Hippie Van. If you have Iron Scarf was the guy who advised not drawing from life. By the way, sorry, forgot to name him. Hippie Van says if you have difficulty drawing hands, hide them in pockets or behind well-placed furniture.
This is
Good stuff.
Very, very good
Yeah.
advice. Boobs. No one knows how big they are. No one knows how big
No
they
one.
are. So you should draw them as large and as perfectly round as possible. If you do not have enough room on the page, then this is a good sign. I hope you agree. Agree, my love?
Yes, and might I add that boobs are so mysterious that not even women know how big they are. That's why they
Especially.
they keep purchasing wrong size bras because boobs are just a mysterious size and you can't really comprehend their shape or their volume.
It is impossible. It's one of the mysteries of life.
Exactly.
One of the mysteries. That's why they're in a circle shape. All are one, one is all. Qi, Feng Shui. It's
Exactly.
how it is.
Exactly.
So my next piece of advice. Fingers. Nobody really knows how many joints they have. Nobody. How many joints do these have? How many? You cannot
tell.
say. You can't.
How could you tell? You can't tell. There are no numbers on them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I stopped counting at 6. That's the magic number.
It's
it
just
seems.
I just see a gormless flob or a formless glob or something.
Just look at this. Look at this. This is like a centipede. How can you possibly keep track?
See an enemy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when trying to draw fingers, you should just draw bendy sausages. That is the best advice. Nobody knows how many bendy sausages. Some say 7. Some say 6.5, I believe.
Yes.
That was the advice I...
That was the theory of the Himalayan professor Pitface. So yes.
The 6.5 finger sausages. So try
Exactly.
to do that when you're drawing fingers. Professor Tantz, Professor Baines, would you like to take the floor?
Well, while you're not drawing hands or drawing them as bendy sausage fingers, don't draw legs either. If you can, unless it's unavoidable. First of all, the most important thing is legs go all the way down to the ground, so you don't need that. Second, I might have read that wrong, but yeah, skip the legs. Don't draw legs, just from the waist or above up, and skip the background as well while you're at it. Makes your comics a lot snappier, or your portraits,
It does.
or your landscapes in particular.
The focus on the main thing, which should be the bendy sausages, ideally.
Exactly.
Exactly. And might I also add that ears are extremely hard to draw. So unless you can have hair cover it, you will have a very hard task of depicting them symbolically because nobody can actually draw an ear. They are so hard to do. So when you're stuck doing that, you should just draw a couple of clamshells on either side of the person's face, and there you go. They will call you a brilliant artist because you have managed to capture the essence of ear.
Very, very good advice. I would never have thought of that myself. Very, very good advice.
Well, yeah, someone has to, be a genius around here. So.
My next advice is, this is so important. You must channel the energy of the universe when you're drawing. I recommend an hour of Tai Chi, at least an hour, followed up by at least 4 hours of yoga. 4 hours. Have you got that now? You will then have to make damn sure that your drawing tools are aligned by the principles of Feng Shui. Your pen should be east-west. You should immerse your eraser in a cup of fire. Then construct a tasteful water feature on your drawing board. This will bring you many lucks and many monies. So
Exactly.
you should do it.
However, you should pay attention to the country you are in, because then the alignment has to be different. You have to be very sure how you're supposed to align according to your compass, which you will keep handy whenever you are about to draw, and wherever you go, you will have your compass around and you will use it to align your pencils.
Use your bendy sausages. This will help.
Exactly.
Wait a second. Are you saying now we have to know which country we're in? I didn't know there was going to be homework to this whole thing.
It's
But-
hard. Like my bendy
You,
sausage.
if you are an artist, you have to make sacrifices. You have to just make the sacrifice to know which country you are in.
This is true.
If I have time, I'll look it up. I don't know if there's...
Your meridian should be at the right alignment, and you should know which the year of the frog, the year of the dragon, whatever that you're in. If your drawings still turn out
You know the
badly-
year now, too? Jesus.
I'm afraid so.
This art is hard. It's hard to be a good drawer.
Like a bendy sausage, indeed. If your drawings still turn out badly after this, and I don't know why they would, but whatever, you will need a course in Reiki from a master. This will release your trapped energy centers, and your creativity, good luck, will be able to flare. If after this treatment you're still not right, then you're in an emergency. I recommend a course of acupuncture, where you should use deep pressure, deep insertion. Deep insertion, would you agree with that, the masters? Tantz?
Yes, I think depth is a very, very important element in all of this.
If you have the stuff to accomplish that. If not, then you're out of luck. It's my experience. Another piece of
Well,
advice,
You have to
digital
rely on
art.
technique, I believe.
You can
Man,
always
that's
request
taking too much
assistance. You know, there are
I can
either
hire an
some
assistant.
methods that
Yeah.
you can use, or there are other people that will assist you with depth.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
man, I could have an assistant.
So that is.
Wait, is that what you said? Hire an assistant? That's all I got from that. I'll do it.
Professor Pitface really needs to be included in this conference. Finally, the head of faculty has arrived.
The throbbing, spewing, pulsating, no batteries required head.
So would you like to round off our terrible bad drawing advice cast?
Always come back and listen to the Quackcast every, what is it, Tuesday?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
All right, that's the best.
There you are. I
drawing.
see you now. That's good drawing advice. And good advice in general. Just
Don't go see your parents, man. Like, don't go see your little brother in the hospital. Fuck that joke, man. Just, like, come listen to the Quackcast. We're cooler than
Yes.
your little brother is anyway.
Very good, very good. Well, thank you very much, Professor Pitt of the Throbbing Head faculty. And thank you so much, Professor Tantz Aerine of
You're
the
most welcome.
Bendy Sausage faculty of the...
Bendy sausage and stylish aging drawings.
stylish agent, and Professor Baines of the hairy faculty of the figure drawing stables.
yes. Hirsute.
Very, very, very good. All right, so that's been the lot. Bye bye.